Welcome, viewers, to a place where shadows whisper and history chills to the bone. Tonight we venture into the musty aisles, the dimly lit corners of antique shops, where echoes of the past linger amongst forgotten treasures. These aren't your typical antique roadshow finds. We're talking about objects imbued with something darker, something sinister. Objects whispered to be cursed. Get ready for 3 creepy legends of cursed antique shops horror stories, because once you hear these tales, you might think twice before bringing home that vintage bargain. Are you brave enough to face the darkness? Then step closer if you dare and let the stories begin. Our first stop takes us to a dusty antique shop tucked away on a forgotten side street. The air inside is thick with the smell of aged wood and forgotten things. Sunlight struggles to penetrate the grime on the windows, casting the interior in an unsettling gloom. It's here we find it, leaning against a stack of chipped teacups and tarnished silver, a beautiful antique mirror, its ornate frame crafted from dark, heavy wood. At first glance, it might seem like a stunning piece of history, a portal to a forgotten era. But locals will tell you this mirror is more than just a looking glass. It's a window to the other side, a conduit for something dark and unseen. Legend has it that the mirror belonged to a wealthy merchant, a man obsessed with his own image. He spent hours gazing at his reflection, admiring his wealth and status. But the merchant's vanity was his downfall. He became so consumed by his reflection that he neglected his business, his family, and eventually even his own well-being. Some say he wasted away, his eyes never leaving the mirror, his heart growing colder with each passing day. When he finally breathed his last, his soul remained trapped within the glass, forever bound to the object of his obsession. Now, they say, his tormented spirit is desperate to break free. Those who dare to gaze into the mirror's depths at the stroke of midnight claim to see him, a shadowy figure with hollow eyes and a chilling aura of despair. But the merchant's reflection isn't the only unsettling thing about the mirror. People have reported strange occurrences in its presence: flickering lights, sudden drops in temperature, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Objects have been known to move on their own as if manipulated by unseen hands. Whispers seem to emanate from the mirror's cold glass surface, whispers that speak of sorrow, regret, and a longing for release. The antique shop owner, a weathered man with eyes that hold their own share of secrets, warns customers about the mirror's dark history. But curiosity often outweighs caution. One by one, they're drawn to its allure, mesmerized by the secrets it seems to hold. Some dismiss the stories as mere superstition, but others can't shake the feeling that something is amiss. Is it simply the power of suggestion? Or is there truly something sinister lurking within the mirror's depths? The answer, like the antique shop itself, remains shrouded in shadow and mystery. Our journey into the heart of cursed antiques continues as we delve deeper into the labyrinthine aisles of the shop. The air grows heavier, the silence punctuated by the creaking of floorboards and the distant chimes of a grandfather clock that stopped ticking decades ago. We arrive at a display case draped in velvet, its glass clouded with age and neglect. Inside, nestled amongst tarnished lockets and faded photographs, sits a music box, its once bright paint now chipped and dull. This is no ordinary music box. This unassuming artifact is said to be a conduit to the other side, a siren's call to the restless spirits that wander in the darkness. The antique shop owner, his voice a raspy whisper, tells of its sinister history. The music box, he explains, was crafted by a clockmaker driven mad by grief. The clockmaker, once a cheerful soul known for his intricate creations, lost his young daughter to a sudden illness. Consumed by despair, he poured all his sorrow, all his longing into one final masterpiece, a music box designed to summon his daughter's spirit back to him. He believed that by capturing the essence of her memory in music, he could cheat death and reunite with his beloved child. Night after night, he toiled away, his workshop lit by candlelight and the feverish glint in his eyes. He carved the box from the wood of a willow tree that grew by his daughter's grave, its branches swaying in the wind as if whispering her name. He painstakingly crafted each tiny gear and delicate note, his every thought consumed by the hope of seeing his daughter again. Finally, the music box was complete. With trembling hands he wound the key and a haunting melody filled the air, a melody laced with both love and despair. But instead of his daughter's laughter, he was met with an icy chill and the feeling of an unseen presence. The melody, it seemed, had attracted something else entirely. They say the clockmaker's sanity shattered that night. He vanished from the town, leaving behind only whispers and the cursed music box. Now, the music box sits in the antique shop, its delicate notes forever tainted by the clockmaker's grief and the unknown entities he unwittingly beckoned. Those who dare to wind its key claim to hear more than just the mournful melody. They speak of whispers that dance on the edge of hearing, disembodied voices that seem to emanate from the very walls. Some say they feel a presence, a coldness that seeps into their bones as the music box plays. The shadows in the room seem to deepen and objects move on their own, as if manipulated by unseen hands. Is it the clockmaker's tormented spirit forever searching for his lost daughter? Or are the whispers the echoes of something more sinister, something drawn to the music box's mournful core? The truth, like the music box's origins, remains shrouded in mystery. But one thing is certain: the air around the music box crackles with an unsettling energy, a reminder that some wounds run deeper than time itself. Our final destination in this eerie antique shop leads us to the darkest corner of the shop, a place where dust motes dance in the faintest sliver of light. It's here, perched atop a shelf crowded with forgotten trinkets, that we encounter the most unsettling artifact yet. A porcelain doll, its once bright eyes now vacant and unsettling. This isn't your typical childhood plaything. This doll, with its cracked porcelain face and threadbare clothing, is said to be a vessel for something ancient and malevolent, its innocent exterior masking a deeply disturbing truth. The antique shop owner, his voice barely a murmur, speaks of the doll's sinister reputation. It's said that the doll was once cherished by a young girl, a girl who tragically passed away before her time. The girl, they say, loved the doll dearly. She took it everywhere with her, whispering secrets to it, confiding in it as if it were a living companion. But the girl's sudden death, a tragic accident that shook the small town, left the doll imbued with a darkness that chilled anyone who dared to touch it. The doll, once a symbol of childhood innocence, became a conduit for something sinister. Families who brought the doll into their homes reported a string of unsettling occurrences. Objects would move on their own, lights would flicker and dim, and a bone-chilling coldness would permeate the air, even on the warmest of days. But the most disturbing reports centered around the doll itself. People claimed that its vacant eyes seemed to follow them, watching their every move. Some even swore that they saw the doll's expression change, a flicker of malice twisting its porcelain features. Whispers of the doll's true nature spread like wildfire through the town. Some dismissed the stories as mere superstition, the ramblings of frightened minds grasping for explanations. But others, those who had witnessed the doll's unsettling presence firsthand, knew that something was deeply wrong. The doll wasn't just an object, it was a vessel, a conduit for something dark and malevolent that refused to be ignored. The antique shop owner, his weathered face etched with a lifetime of encountering the strange and unsettling, keeps the doll tucked away on the highest shelf, its presence a constant reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most unassuming objects. He knows that some things are best left undisturbed, their secrets buried beneath layers of dust and forgotten memories. But the doll, with its vacant eyes and unsettling aura, seems to be waiting, patiently biding its time for the next unsuspecting soul to awaken the darkness within. These are just a few of the many cursed items that lurk in antique shops, their dark histories whispering from dusty shelves and forgotten corners. Next time you visit one, be careful what you bring home. You never know what dark history it might carry or what unseen forces you might unwittingly invite into your life. If you enjoyed tonight's journey into the shadows, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more chilling tales and creepy encounters. We've got a whole collection of spine-tingling stories just waiting to be told. Until next time, stay safe and beware of the unknown. Sweet dreams.